Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Zelda fans of all ages, heidi ho. We have got a beautiful matchup here between Mir4i and Home Wrecker. Mir4i 3-1, drawing the pair down matchup against the 2-2 Home Wrecker. That's all I'm going to say about it. I'm going to pass it over to the lovely duel of gentlemen, who I'm just going to assume are to my left. Mr. Tivarius and Mr. Sonny Rath. Take it away, gentlemen.
Thanks, Gob. Much appreciated. So, yeah, the pair up, pair down match of Mir4i versus Home Wrecker. Mir4i, we all know him. We all love him. We see him in just about every race. And then Home Wrecker, I mean, Ty, you and I know him from other communities. And this is a race I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, absolutely, Sonny. It's one of those things where, like you said, like Mir4i, huge name in the community, really does very well in Z2. Home does, a variety of other games, Zelda games notwithstanding. So it's very interesting to see, and I know we were kind of talking about it before we went live here, but it's like all of these matchups for seeding, like I remember 2 tournaments ago, I think, where it was like, 15 people, and now we have 34 people. It's like the community is growing, and so you get more and more of these really cool matchups, even in Swiss, let alone in brackets. So we're really looking forward to what's about to happen here tonight.
Oh yeah, it's going to be good, and it looks like we've got a mountainous biome to start with. Mir4i immediately finding Trophy Cave here, and Home Wrecker heading off to the south, going to find a palace, about to show us what palace it is.
Yeah, nice little 4 on the west. Okay, I can dig it.
That's a huge pickup already game. For the start. Really, game, given a free key in Trophy Cave just like that, all right.
What's next? Glove? Boots?
I mean, if Glove shows up, this seed is going to go so fast.
I mean, there's a chance, like you already hinted to, though, mountainous biome, and we have a jump cave there, which, might be our path forward? So, looks like we can just barely see the other side jump there on Mir4i's screen as Home gets his any key.
Yeah, and 100-point fee bags coming out of, looks like the small drop pool, as Mir4i gets one. So, that'll at least give a slight boost towards leveling. Home Wrecker, though, walking into a town, finding its Mito, and there's jump.
Oh, and he's... See, I'm of, like, a split mind here, Sonny, and I want to get your thoughts on it. Like, if it's, like, jump or what I'll call a quality of life spell, I kind of don't want to get the hint, especially if I still have all of the west left to me. Because I feel 9 times out of 10 it just says go west to get the medicine.
As you just say it.
Vindicated.
but I agree with you on that. Because usually if I find Mito early on, I'll at least check the signpost, and then I just walk out. I don't even check the hint. I just go. Not even the first house for the hint. Because ultimately speaking, if it's jump, yeah, that's a quality of life spell. It can come in handy, but it's not something that's guaranteed to come in handy. Whereas if it's Fairy, on the other hand, or Thunder or Reflect, a spell that we need to potentially get through everything, that's when I'll actually be like, okay, no, I'm actually going to go in and check all of this.
Yeah, and it's like, the other, like, calculus to throw in is like, hey, it's the first town you saw in Mountainous. It's not that hard to get back to. Maybe just explore and see if you can come back with Fairy or Jump to get that down stab. But, we're sitting here being the armchair quarterbacks as these two are trying to make those decisions in the heat of the moment.
Oh, yeah. And I missed what Raru was because those orange Lizalfos that Mir4i just defeated in the back of Fairy Cave, technically, or front of Fairy Cave, depending upon how you want to look at it. It's Thunder at Raru. We're worth 150 points.
Yeah, that's a nice juicy little payout for those enemies there. As Mir4i seeing, hey, what happens when you get the any key early? Small keys in the drop pool. Let's go.
Oh yeah, and I may have said Zulfos when I meant Dyras, but even still.
I was just going to gloss over it and let everyone know you were right. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm already thinking we're in the East because I'm so used to seeing Easts anymore as mountainous biomes.
Hey, I love rushing the East, so I'm with you there in spirit as we get a nice magic container here in Pillar Peabag Cave from Mir4i.
Oh yeah,
not a whole lot to write home about other than, I mean, yeah, we have Iniki, we have Thunder. I don't know about you. I'm probably diving palaces at this point.
Oh, I absolutely would be, because you never know when you're going to find a glove in a palace, and then that just opens up everything else for you. But we do see a grass tile.
Yeah. I mean, also, to be fair, the only palace we've seen so far is P4, so meh. But do the exploit. Hey, look, there's that medicine we were promised in the East. Or in the West. Goodness gracious.
Hey, I got you on the East.
Exactly. You're in my head, Sonny. You're in my head.
Medicine, though, on that grass tile, that's really not bad. That will lead to a quick downstab, as we see a 3/6 over here on Homewrecker screen.
Yeah.
Goes for the statue, but no red IK. And there's a Saria sighting right next to Bagu's Woods.
Okay. I mean, hey, if it's going to be anywhere, it may as well be right next to Bagu's Woods, right? Mir4i gets another key in the drop pool. Home gets another red jar. I love it, Sonny. I love it.
I'm loving this right now. It's the punishment for that early key.
Ooh, we have a hammer block cave there. I didn't see anything to the south of that, so that could be a connector or an item cave on Mir4i's side.
It's a possibility, but Home ends up taking down the red IK and finds out it's worth 200 points.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm kind of surprised he isn't grinding it a little more here, as, Mir4i doing the very, what is it, the old style printer, just back and forth scanning of the woods here.
Yup.
The dot matrix printer, that's the word I was
There it is.
I'm old, I remember things.
Hey, I remember dot matrix printers as well, and hey, there's Bagu.
Hey! Awesome. So, in Mountainous, I love trying to find Bagu if you find the woods early. I mean, yeah, we see it right next to Saria here, but I'm a huge fan of, if you see that Bagu's Woods encounter and you know it's either, Mountainous or even, Islands biome, search for Bagu, because you never know when you're going to see Saria and if you need that. So, huge fan of this play, even though it's right next to Saria.
Oh yeah, and I'm an even bigger fan of how Mir4i is going about doing this red Dyra grind right now for I was about to say for attack 3.
For the keys. And yeah, I mean, if you go into a town, a palace, or in this case, into Bagu's hut, it resets these overworld encounters. So Mir4i using that to his advantage, pardon me. To get that 150 point grind on those red Dyras.
Yeah, and Homewrecker now coming back into the Magic Jar Cave, or Magic Container Cave, depending upon how you want to look at it. Does take out the orange Dyra, but there's a red Dyra in here, and that's not good.
Yep, that red Dyra is not a fan of cat-headed lynx, it would seem.
Not at all.
As Home going for the bait strats, definitely don't blame him here. Home still hasn't seen that medicine, on the grass tile would really be helping him out here, or having another magic container or even another magic level to be able to cast that thunder spell in his pocket. But yeah, just saying, brave Sir Robin ran away.
Oh yeah, and he might be picking up another life level here, which I can't blame him for doing. Because Life 2, it seems like life effectiveness has not been that great so far.
Yeah, definitely not. Even on Life 3 here, we're taking a full chunk of health there just for one of the Octorok rocks. So yeah, and even attack hasn't felt that great. And maybe our skills rolled down today, and that's a big feels bad.
It's a possibility.
As a runner, not as a comm, of course.
Yeah. I mean, anytime anything rolls down, being a runner, it's like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
But then,
no.
Gosh. But then when we're playing, it's like, or when we're commentating, we're just like, yes.
Yes, do it. But Mir4i, making me eat my words almost immediately, gets to the other side of Saria, only to find a big fat nothing until he has those boots.
I mean, it makes Bagu kind of required.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, is like, you can think about it too the other way of, all right, well, I know the boots, unless there's another way to that part of the West, the boots aren't going to be over there, so you as a runner in your mind can start thinking these things through of, okay, where is my progression? We have palace entry progression, quote unquote, either fairy or the any key. As, oh no, home takes another axe to the back, and Mir4i gets a hint for the hammer. So,
yeah.
Interesting stuff.
East for the hammer, so usually when I see a hint for the hammer, especially this early on, my brain immediately goes, oh no, we're going to have something required in DM.
Yep, and that is very likely. No, home keeps getting like a little bit further into this cave, but doesn't quite make it. At this point, I'm almost of the mind of, hey, just take the one hit, jump over, and just rush as fast as you can to the backside of the cave here. Yet, take that axe. There you go. Don't even fight these guys home. Just jump them. There you go. Yeah, all right, all for a candle. But hey, that will still technically help.
Hey, the candle, it does have its use.
It does. I'm not saying it doesn't. I would much rather have the candle than not, especially in some of the caves that have like 10 bouncy cats.
Yeah. Or I mean, some of the invisible boa caves in the east.
Oh, just right, like, hey, how many of these are spiders and how many of them are coconuts? Let me see, please, so I know what's killing me.
Exactly.
Yeah, Mir4i does pick up that downstab, decides to go into this 3-6, I believe.
Now he's in 4.
Oh, it's in 4? Okay. Yeah, they were both like a weird bubblegum pink on my screen, so I guess I couldn't tell the difference. But yeah, with the windows there, absolutely right. Thank you very much, Sonny.
No problem.
See, this is why there's 2 of us.
Exactly.
It's not just because we get lonely in the booth.
It's so that way we can keep each other honest. I'm right gonna skip out on the 100-point bag and instead just jump in the lava. All right, where's the old man that says, I'll give you 200 rupees for jumping in lava?
Handsome Jack over here.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, Mir4i's cold. He doesn't wear sleeves. He wanted to warm up.
I mean, that's fair. Immediately runs into a dead end here on the top part of the elevator.
All right, and okay, did Mir4i get that hint that home just got? So Karok disappears with the trophy. Is that why he's in 4?
I don't think he's seen Rudo.
Okay, so yeah, Mir4i just 5-heading this and saying, I'm going to look for the item. I missed the spell that is Rudo, but home recognizing, all right, cool. Let's go. Yeah, that's fair. He does have reflect up the line.
And I completely missed what the spell was as well. Oh, it's spell in Rudo.
Thank you, the Gabone, which is, I hear how you pronounce that name.
Ooh! 500-point P-bags in the large drop pool.
I'm here for it. We have way too many keys in the drop pool, but that 500-point bag's going to be nice. I'm always a fan of figuring out what the small enemy drop pool is, because that's all that's going to drop in GP. So it's like, all right, hey, is there going to be like a red jar or, a key or something, so you can kind of know if you get to, a Bago room, all right, I'm going to farm for an extra life. But home, man after my own heart, finds the east. Love it.
Love block here in 4. Mir4i hits it and immediately turns around.
Yeah, not too great, but there's still enough to explore here for him. And he could always just see the other side of that room, and then, I mean, Mir4i has put together the document of palace rooms, so he'll recognize pretty early if it's a loop or not.
Yeah, that's true. Sees the Doom Knocker here, goes out, comes back in, and does get the jump over it with downstab. He's gonna take this blue IK by the looks of it, even though it's gray. Or he's gonna push it off screen. Nice magic jar for Mir4i. That's gonna be very helpful. And now let's see what lies down this elevator.
Item room. Yeah, all right.
Okay. Well, I mean,
so
that's
here's
at least
trophy, right? Yeah. I mean, you're not gonna say no for sure.
Also, I appreciate the compliments on our commentary, but I'm just shooting for a passing C, you know?
Sonny, ignore them. They're my brothers.
I mean, even still, I'm going to tell them, I'm just going for a passing C.
Fair. Yeah, we did see that three-eyed rock like Nochi is pointing out in chat. So it's one of those things in this flag set, of course. Three-eyed rock exists, so there's something under there. Could be useless. Might be a palace. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, since nobody has the flute yet, we're not actually certain as to what it's going to be.
Yep. We have seen one palace on the east already, so we know there's going to be one in Valley of Death. So if we see another palace, that at least eliminates that from our list of potential things. And we've seen, one of the towns. So those are the things you really want to see without having a flute or a hammer. Because then you can just eliminate and say, all right, it's going to be a Wilson encounter, or it's going to be, one of those useless encounters. Anything you can do to eliminate those useless encounters. This home gets the glove in Sunken P-Bag K on the east. Rush the east, kids. Rush the east.
I mean, that's a big find for home there. Glove and key. We know that Reflect is available in Saria. Home doesn't know that quite yet, but the pieces for just going through this seed are pretty readily available.
Yeah, and I mean, to Home's advantage, when he does get Reflect and go into 4, he's not going to get turned around by that glove lock like Mir4i did. So, a little bit of time back there for Home, but I mean, to be determined if that's going to be crucial or not.
Absolutely. It looks like both 3 and 6 are going to be over in the west.
Looks like it. So yeah, 364 west. Love it. And yeah, Mir4i doing everyone's favorite thing and getting a hint for something you already have in your inventory. As the lady at King's Tomb says, hey, there's the Innie key over here on the west. You should go find it.
Home just getting bullied here.
TH, same, dude, same. It's I have sticky notes, and I go from there.
Yeah, sticky notes are amazing.
But Mir4i proving that, hey, you don't really need the candle as he gets another key drop. Is that a Geldarm? Nope.
That is a Geldarm.
Yeah, it is. Okay, yep. I'm like, Mir4i getting bullied by something here. There's that... Okay.
All right.
I'm picking up what you're throwing down here, Seed. It's literally, hey, explore everything and then go into palaces, even though I'm going to give you the Innie key within 5 seconds.
Yeah, this is an interesting seed so far. He's going to grab that bag.
Mm-hmm. mean, secure the bag. More keys just... Oh my goodness. And it's only when you get the any key early, right? When was the last time you had a seed where, you know, keys were this readily available and you didn't already have the any key?
I mean, my honest answer to that is upstarts.
Yeah, so months.
Yep.
Oh, goodness. But yeah, I mean, that's what I love about this randomizer, too. It's like, yes, there's not too many checks. What is it, like 24? I could do the actual math, but I'm lazy. There's not too many checks, but it still feels drawn out enough. And so it's amazing. And we try to find these little patterns with the game, like, oh, haha, game, you're going to give me these drops. But it truly is just limited, I guess, logic when it comes to, like, hey, now go into palaces.
Yeah, because the logic can only go so far with this game, but at the same time, it's always figuring out the puzzle on the logic in and of itself. At least for this game, for me, that I have so much fun with.
Oh, for sure. And it's like, okay, and every time you think, aha, I finally figured you out, logic, it throws you a curveball.
Yep, every single time.
Like, it could 100%, you know, give you the any key like this, and you think, oh, now I'll go into palaces. But the seed is clearly saying, no, don't go in quite yet, because here's the flute, here's the glove, here's, like, all these other things in the overworld, and maybe you can just go mode palaces. So, I mean, every single seed is just amazing. To me, I don't know. That's the only word I can use is amazing.
I mean, this game, this rando, is always like, haha, you thought you could do this, but really you can't.
Yep. So, Home does get his medicine off that grass tile. He hasn't seen Bagoo yet. I think he knows it's Bagoo's woods. And also, fun little update to this current version of the randomizer. The hint for Bagoo is no longer at the slime in the middle of town. It is the Riverman. So Home could have gotten the hint for Bagoo, but he's already seen, hey, this is Bagoo's woods, so now he's going to explore that, as Mir4i also finds the east.
Yep, and Mir4i coming into New Kasuto. I forget what was here? Oh boy.
Spell. I think, was it Spell? Was it?
Oh yeah,
no,
it was Firetown.
Okay. Yep.
No spell available, or no spell obtained yet, but...
Yeah. Spell is... We've seen it. I feel like we've seen it.
We have. Homewrecker has. Mir4i has not yet.
There we go. So, I don't think Home has cast Fire. Spell is Rudo. Alright, thank you, Nochi.
Yeah, Spell was in Rudo.
So yeah, we have a nice expensive fire here, and Mir4i doing the strat of I will level up magic when I am darn good and ready to level up magic. So he's still on magic 1 as we okay, it's just a fairy tile hiding under the flute today. So no need for that. We might still need that hammer though.
Fire is Spell.
Oh, okay. So, interesting.
The only reason I caught that is because right before Home died, he cast it, and one of the enemies turned into a blue bat.
Interesting. So, okay, well, unfortunate that it turned them into blue bats, because Spell can, in this flag set, be, like, really nice for grinding. I know I've seen some seeds before where, like, in palaces it turns enemies into, like, blue iron knuckles. And you're like, oh no, a blue iron knuckle. But it still gives them the quality of low HP. And so I've seen runners spell Blue Iron Knuckles before, and you think, oh, it's doing nothing. But no, it lowers their HP from the normal HP value to the spell enemy HP value, so you can farm them faster. So unfortunate again that right now it's just blue bats, at least in that palace pool. But still something to keep in mind of, hey, it's a quick out. You know, if you're in a tricky room, you can probably spell some of the enemies away.
Yeah, and I mean, fun note on that, it wasn't even in the palace pool. That's just on the east. Or on the west, I'm sorry. I'm still in my head for east.
Sorry, we've been saying Weast all night.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, Mir4i gonna do the super jump here, most likely.
Yep. Alright, so right as Link's feet cross that threshold of the bricks there, that's when you want to jump.
A little too early.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Hey, you love to see it. And I want to say, like, what, 7 attempts is when it starts actually losing time? So as long as you can get it before 7, like, don't get discouraged if you don't get it in 1. As long as you get it before 7, you're still saving time.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it is 7 before you start losing time from going the regular way to get upstab.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you love to have both stabs nice and early here. Mir4i, a known upstab hater, gets it though, so he's not going to get locked out of GP from that.
Especially if there's a snake room in GP.
I hope there's at least one.
Oh, so do I. It's my favorite
I just like
room
the
to
room.
see.
You know, I'm hoping we see some eco key rooms. I'm hoping we see some really fun community rooms, and these runners can show off some of their skill set. I really do want that. As Mir4i does pick up his glove, and he's probably saying a few choice words like baby seed. Definitely everything that's PG and stream friendly.
Oh yeah. Let's see. So really right now, all that Home needs to get will be Fairy, potentially, Reflect, and then that's pretty much it. The boots might be needed.
Yeah,
though I highly doubt
the other
it.
side of Saria, so maybe it's to get to something in the west, but we've seen the 3 palaces in the west. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see. As Mir4i doing a nice little dance over these orange Lizalfos. What are they going to roll to? 200 apiece. Honestly, that's not a bad little grind spot as he gets another 500 bag as well.
Yeah, that's really nice.
So we have Home back on the west, doing his cleanup. Mir4i was very thorough in the west earlier. So yeah, Home, man after my own heart, rushing the east. At least got the glove, so I think, yeah, he's going to go into 4 here? No, this is the 3-6, right? I keep forgetting where the palaces are.
I'm thinking with Home finding that glove in the east and any key as early as it was, he's having a flashback to last week's race.
What happened in last week's race, Sonny?
Lots of stuff happened.
I don't know. I thought Home did pretty well. What happened?
So, last week's race was Home and I matched up against each other. We had early glove, we had early fairy, we had pretty much everything we needed to beat the seed, and I ended up having a slightly better route than him and took a gamble on P5 being in Death Valley instead of over on Maze Island. Ended up winning that gamble and ended up defeating him in that.
Yeah, I mean, sub 1 hour club, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Which, with how the seed is playing out, depending upon how far Karok is in here, this could be a sub-hour for Mir4i. I mean, he's usually pretty quick about getting through the palaces. He's really, really good on his execution for boss fights.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything really could happen. It could honestly just come down to how convoluted is GP going to be.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. And, like, Home's no slouch when it comes to execution. I'm going to give him crap for this. He is a slouch when it comes to recognizing dead ends. Home, learn your rooms. It's all right. It's all right. He knows I'm going to give him crap for that. So, Mir4i making it through that glove block we saw earlier. Going to explore a little deeper here into the palaces. Honestly, I think Mir4i is at the point in the seed where he says, I think I've done everything I need to in the overworld. Let's just go mode palaces, because Home has the kid, and like Home has Fairy. That might be the only thing.
So, Home actually doesn't have Fairy.
Oh, he doesn't? Oh, right. Sorry. Thank you.
Home doesn't have Fairy. Home doesn't have Reflect right now.
Okay.
He knows where they are. Also, Mir4i just gonna take some magic to the back.
Yep. Yeah, there's a little new Karok.
Also, I'm sorry, are the Drippers dropping blue IKs?
They are dropping blue iron knuckles. That is correct. So,
oh boy,
that might not be a bad little farm there.
Yeah, that would be a worthwhile farm.
But Mir4i is about to get our first gem at 30 minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, with how everything's played out so far this seed, I'm not entirely surprised that it's taken this long on the first gem. Oh.
Alright, it's...
Cannot kill them in one hit, and that's a game over for Home.
More than one shot, and it decides to leave. That hurts. So yeah, 4-1-6 on Mir4i's side and 2-3-3 on Home's side. Definitely falling behind on the leveling side of things for Mr. Wrecker. But to be determined on how the rest of it shakes out, because you can still power level with gems. You can get a nice double level. We'll definitely see what's up.
Oh yeah, this is very, very much doable for Home to catch up.
Mm-hmm. And Home deciding he's going to go for a much harder blue iron knuckle than the Dripper.
I think that was a red.
Oh, fair enough.
I mean, even still, the red's being worth 200.
Yeah, it's not a bad little farm there. And the occasional 500-point P bag, not bad. Taking the attack level, definitely.
And now that he has the news of the 500-point P bags, I have a feeling we're going to see him going after large enemies a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about Royale earlier, and hi, Royale.
Oh, that is Her Royal Highness with cheese, Royale. Thank you very much for hanging out. Hello in all caps to you as well. All right, and Mir4i, that is a blue iron knuckle worth less than the red iron knuckle that Home took out.
Okay.
Home looks like he's trying to bait a Moa here. Yep. And doesn't quite get it.
So dead end this way for Mir4i, which means he's probably going to end up taking the elevator here in just a moment.
Mm-hmm. All right, Home. Oh my goodness, Home danced around those MOAs, but still got bopped there. I think Mir4i wants to go left here.
I'm not sure.
Quite certain. Yeah. I feel like Home's creepers. Those MOAs are out for blood today.
I mean, when you're doing the bridge room in reverse, it's tough.
Yes, sir. All right, Home. All right, baiting the MOA out from the right. Nice strat there. Definitely appreciate that one. All right, don't get bopped. There we go. All right,
okay,
he's through.
Can breathe again.
Yeah.
And all right, Mir4i is taking a look through everything, deciding where to go. There were definitely identical rooms here in the 6, so it makes things a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of key doors as well, so like even notwithstanding the plethora of keys we've seen dropping today, you love to have that any key early with how many doors we've seen in these palaces.
Oh yeah. I mean, the fun part is that they could probably have Karok's Sprite keys if they wanted, which is fun fact. If you go beyond Z, you start getting pieces of Karok as your key number.
Yep, it's always fun to, like, obviously not when you're racing, try to do stuff like that with this randomizer. It's like, how many keys can I get? It has Mir4i very enthusiastic about that dead end he just found.
So happy about it.
Right? I mean, how else do you describe that face that we're seeing right now? I don't know, Sonny, just elation?
Yeah. Definitely elation.
I apologize there, chat. Sonny and I can see webcam here. So we see Mir4i's. Yep, yeah. Get your Mir4i emotes in chat that totally exist.
Yep. Alright, heading down the elevator. No Barba. Heading up. Blue skies leading into Barba.
Home once again recognizing a dead end. Oh wait, no. All right, nice.
9 hits.
I was gonna say, that's again plethora of hits. I'm just gonna keep using that word apparently tonight. Well done on that Barba kill.
Yeah,
Doesn't go for the double level. Oh, I think he's gonna power level magic later. I see.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he's gonna do. And that Barba, the execution on it was just, chef kiss.
Oh, absolutely
just beautiful. That's one of those Barbas that any of us playing, if we could have a Barba like that, we would be happy.
Oh, for sure. Like, I'm usually the kind of guy who's like, hey, if I can get 5+ every cycle, I'm feeling good. And then here comes Mir4i saying, hold my sparkling water, and throws out a 9 hit.
Hold my C.
There you go. Wait, what? Is that going to hit TOS? I don't know.
No, because that's what he calls the Celsius energy drink is a C.
That's fair. Okay.
516 though for Mir4i right now, approaching what he calls cheater levels of attack.
Oh, he's already beyond cheater levels. Attack 4 is cheating for him. So
I mean that's fair.
All right, Home back in here. Mir4i. Yep, Mir4i doing the gonna bait the MOA. Well done. Yep.
I love watching that.
Oh wow, nice recovery there from Home. I just want to call that one out. Got a 4-tile gap jump.
The 4-tile jumps, man. They'll get you.
Yeah. And so it's like a lot of people, like, I would argue that combat and then your 4-tile jumps, learn those if you want to learn this rando. Sorry, go ahead.
For it. No, you first.
Because you will run into a seed, even if you have Candle, where you have to go through like a volcanic valley of death without fairy and without jump. So learn those 4-tile jumps.
I 100% agree with that. Because 4-tile jumps, I mean, some of us make it look very easy to do. They're really not. It's just the amount of practice that each person's put in to do the 4-tile jumps.
Yep. And yeah, you hit it on the head. It's like you can definitely see where these runners put their time in, put their practice in.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I know we've talked about Mir4i already. Like, his room recognition, I would argue, is second to none in this community. I mean, his ability to see a room and say, nope, I've seen the right side of this without even going more than 2 tiles into it is astounding.
I mean, there's a reason why he teaches upstarts.
Yeah. Very, very true. And Home helps run and head the Random Percent tournament. And so Home, being a Z3 runner, big fan of the mystery setting in that community, really enjoys the aspect of, okay, let's figure the seed out as we go. What's it actually want me to do? Or, like, is it going to require, X, Y, Z? And so Home's ability to, like, change and route on the fly is where he shines. And so it's, like, really interesting when all of these different skill sets, mash up in these tournaments. I know I sound like I'm fanboying, but I really enjoy watching everyone in this tournament. Like, I don't think I've seen a bad race yet.
No, I will agree with that. I don't feel like there really has been a bad race so far in this tournament. All right. Rebo down for Mir4i. 41 minutes. That's the West done.
Yep. That feels good.
Oh, yeah. And here comes Home into the item room. Will then take the elevator up and have his own fight. And just like that, up to 5 bars of magic, or 80 magic if you know the numbers. And Mir4i took attack 6? What?
Right? Who are we watching? This is a travesty as Home. Ooh, on his last life, but might be able to cheese Rebo here.
Not in a good position to do well.
Yeah, not well. Yeah.
No.
Yep. Okay. Oh,
well.
Okay. Nope. Yep. I like where. Well.
I mean,
nope.
it's doable here.
There he goes. All right.
Yep. There we go.
All right. Just don't drop it, and Home should have his first gem here. Oh. There we go. All right.
Didn't drop it. Everything's good. Home safe.
No one was nervous.
I swear I wasn't. Reptile here for Mir4i, just past the River Devil. Where's it going to lead?
Maze Island? No, DM.
DM.
Interesting.
Though this DM could lead to Maze Island as well.
What do we got? Yeah, Mir4i doing the calculus here, looking at the caves. I don't think any of these are suspicious yet.
No, it doesn't look like any of them are.
A down one, maybe? That's not, yeah.
No, the down's got a connector to it.
Okay. I didn't see that one earlier. Up? Yeah, this is Caldera, so that's... No, I saw the exit there right at the end.
Yep, there's the Caldera.
Caldera DM. Ew.
I mean, it's not the worst. Because
No.
the worst in this case would be an Islands DM.
That's true. We don't have those boots yet. But yeah, I'm with Mir4i here. Just, you know what? I've seen it. I'm out of here.
See you later.
Mm-hmm. As just a big 500 puntos in the spell tower for home. 446 to 617. Yeah, this feels like the next gem Mir4i places is all going into Magic.
Yeah, I think the next gem we see is absolutely going into Magic, as he is gonna go ahead and run through this DV. We're gonna see what palace is sitting in here. We know it's not GP, but we don't know if it's gonna be 1, 2, or 5.
Mm-hmm. And you see Mir4i just slashing like a madman here, but the reason is exactly why he just got hit. He's looking for that invisible Moa because he doesn't want to accidentally get bopped into the lava. And one of the other things we just saw him do is that encounter skip. So he timed the encounter over the forced encounter tile. And so he gets this screen instead of the, traversal Death Valley screen that we just saw there.
Exactly. So now, I'm going to be going for 2 more encounter skips, most likely. Gets the Moa right off the bat, so that's really good to see.
Mm-hmm.
With that down, that does make going through these much, much easier.
For sure. And, alright, yeah, last encounter skip as home. Going through the same area here. Might double Darunia desert encounter here. We'll see. Alright, how much are these blue? 150 for the blue Lizalfos. Mir4i, you have upstab. Please, just shank the bat in the shins.
Yeah, right?
It is underutilized tech in those rooms. I mean, you see the bat, and you go, oh no, but it's like, just stab him. Like, jump and stab.
Ooh, Mir4i.
Moa.
Cutting it close there.
Alright, home going for the town. So we'll definitely see here if this is a worthwhile endeavor versus Mir4i going for the palace, which looks to be 2 or 5? 5.
It's 5.
Let's go. Oh, and home getting the other palace. So I don't think we're going to need that hammer today unless a town. I don't think we need the town. We're going to see. We're going to see. And there's fairy spells. So yeah, we don't need the town.
Yeah, because all the towns have been located.
Okay,
because,
yeah, I must have missed Naburu. I apologize.
Yeah, because Naburu had shield, and oh my goodness.
Wow, nice and quick, Guma. Sure, dude. All right, Mir4i, show us the jackhammer Guma strats. Come on, you know you want to.
Are you kidding me with this 5 right now?
Right? It's like P5 and P2 just love to just jerk you around, but here we go. Mir4i just, oh yeah, I'll find Guma in 10 seconds and I'll kill him in 10 more seconds, but home finding an item in 1. Yep,
it's more magic.
Hey, I'm never upset with a magic jar. Like, I am always happy to find that.
Alright,
yeah,
Mir4i.
In and out of Death Valley as quick as you like.
Okay, Mir4i's taken life 8. Okay, we are about to get a massive power level on magic.
Mm-hmm. You love to see it. You love to see it.
628 now. We're about to see so many points get dumped into magic. It's not even funny.
Yeah, let's see, 360. I would wager on the next gem placement, Mir4i gets up to at least Magic 5.
Oh yeah, it should be Magic 5. Home not recognizing this as a dead end.
Mm-hmm. Home, learn your rooms, please. Although I do have it on good authority. Home hasn't played a seed since he played you last week. Sonny.
That's fair.
So he's been busy doing other things. You know, I know. Obviously, we do this for fun in real life. Believe it or not, we all still have jobs and things, and real life gets in the way.
Aaron asking in chat if fire is reflect. No, fire is spell.
Mm-hmm. Spell, Spell, Aaron. Hey, got him. No. As Mir4i takes a nice little bath there in the lava. Home, gonna keep looking through this P1. So this was just south of Valley of Death. I'm sure Mir4i is gonna be there in just a hot second as he makes his way through this last... Two more encounters.
He did not get the step down in order to get the encounter and the step counted for. That feels so bad.
Because then you still have to go through the encounter, but you don't move. Ooh, yeah, that's rough.
But he's out of there. Everything's good. He's going to take the double Darunia, and suddenly he'll have Fairy, as well as P1 here. Or he's going to encounter skip, which I like that more. Alright, so first encounter taken to skip through, and he moves down just a little too early, so the encounters don't show up, but this time around, he should have it relatively easily. Though Home still continuing through this one, sitting really low on life, basically zombie link levels. Mir4i going to go ahead and take Magic 3 here, head over to Old Kasuto, going to pick up Fairy, and it's off to the races. Gob, why? I'm just going to ask you that right now. Alright, Desert Tile with a heart container. Missed that over on Home Wrecker's side, but it's all good. And now for both of them to be in one. Yes, with Fairy, that is go mode if access to 2 is available. We have yet to see the connector that leads to the maze, but it's still at the point that anything really could happen, as Home does find the horse.
Yep, we've also seen the bridge and the raft, so we know it's going to be a cave, at the least, so it's like we're not hunting an item. I mean, maybe we're hunting that hammer, because there is that hammer-blocked cave on the west.
Yeah. To answer in chat, the only palace that you cannot tell which one it is until you see windows are 3 and 6.
Yep, so like on Mir4i's screen right now, the top of the pillar there has sort of that weird face with the teeth. That's the pillar for 1 and 4. The pillars for 3 and 6 have sort of a pillow atop them. I don't know how else to describe that. And then 2 and 5 are identical as well, but then it's dependent upon what else you see on that first screen.
Oh my gosh. Mir4i got the thing that I absolutely hate when it happens.
There's so many things in this game, Sonny. You're going to have to be a little more specific.
When you have an iron knuckle that's swinging its sword at the edge of the screen, but it still makes contact with your shield.
Oh, right. It's even better when they fall in the pit and then you get that glitch.
Yup. Alright, Mir4i finding the dead end. Gonna jump back in here. 1 is done for Home. So now it's just finding the way over to the maze.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think Holmes hoping it's going to be hammerlocked, and he stumbles upon that somewhere because Mir4i has definitely been go-moding these palaces. But for Mir4i's sake, he's probably just hoping it's somewhere here on the east, maybe in Death Mountain. But even Death Mountain, that's a feels bad moment.
Yeah, and there was a hint for Hammer being in the east earlier.
True.
Mago's only worth 100. That feels bad. Hammer is not in Spell Tower. Spell Tower was a P-bag.
P-bag, 500 P-bag, yeah. I paid attention. I remembered. No. I'm not just here to jaw jack with a buddy, you know.
Right?
Hey man, I feel like that's a lot of comms here. It goes, oh, look what you can all see they just got. You know, throw a little fun in there, right? You know,
always.
Look at that, our restreamer Gob1 getting murdered by Mir4i there. He
what is
uses
this, a casual race?
Right now. Got him! I mean, they're retracing each other's steps right now. I don't know. What do you guys want from us? Knock-knock jokes?
Right. All right, here goes horse for Mir4i, and there was the horse.
Okay, I think his health bar filled up at one point. That was 2 double hits. Well done, Mir4i.
No kidding there.
Again, if you join the Z2R Discord, there is a section of said Discord of resources, and there's a combat tutorial by one Mir4i. And now you can see why he has made a combat tutorial, because stuff like that. Oh, come on! There's the maze.
Well, I mean, depending upon how quick this 2 is, it's going to be sub-hour entry into GP.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, 2 is one of the longer palaces, so it can still troll us.
It can.
As Home decides to, take a nice lava bath there. But, I don't know, man. Like, the thing is, like, as a runner, though, in Mir4i's position, you're thinking, okay, key was free, glove was free, all these spells were free, and it's like, you're feeling good about being at 56 minutes right now going into your last palace, but you're not feeling, like, invincible.
You're feeling good, but you're not feeling great.
Yeah. Because it's like, okay, my opponent easily could have done a very similar route, but, one change in a palace route all of a sudden, can dictate the ending. And like you were saying earlier, Sonny, GP routing is still a huge factor.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we have yet to see GP, though we are close to it, and we should be seeing it before too terribly long, depending upon how much more of this 2 remains.
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, I think that's what Mir4i was hoping for in that item room, was another magic decanter, maybe a heart container, but I think he's at life 8. He doesn't need more heart containers. The magic decanter was probably what he was hoping for. I don't think he wants boots. I don't think he cares about the cross, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't see him caring about the cross more often than not. And we do have a Guma fight over here on Homewrecker's side, as Mir4i just cruising through this 2 now after up and A-ing from the magic decanter.
Mm-hmm. Nice little crumble bridge there. Moving right
into
along
a block bridge.
And no one has ever accidentally downstabbed here and gone right into the lava. Nope, no one.
I don't know what you're talking about. All right. Home playing very, very conservatively against this Guma. down to the last 2 bars of health.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one of those things. I didn't see his life situation, but you know, slow and a dead boss is faster than dying to the boss.
Oh yeah. Any boss that dies is a good boss.
Mm-hmm. Especially Guma.
Also, Spell in P2 turned everything into MOAs. So in that room, having MOAs equals no.
maybe we don't do that. But this P2 definitely not super short.
No, it really hasn't been.
So I'm not gonna say you commentator cursed him, Masani, but
oh, I definitely did.
Oh, and there we go. Reverse commentator's curse. As there's Germafend. Oh, come on. Give him a little health. Doesn't even turtle out.
Bye-bye, Germafender.
You love it. You love to see it.
Didn't even get to see, as Gob likes to say, the pasty white head of Germafender.
Yep. Yeah, I'd like to report a murder. Settle down, Gob. The Gabonais. I keep trying to think of new ways to pronounce Gobone's name whenever I'm on commentary, so I think I'm up to like 4. I want more. Yeah, you blinked. Did you reach the boss? Reach boss, killed boss. Mir4i, once again, just showing off that combat skill. I mean, it's hard to even like try and commentators say like, oh, you know, Home's still in this. Like he very much is, because GP still exists, but Mir4i is a man on a mission right now, and GP at an hour. So
yeah, and GP is where Mir4i really dials in.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, GP is where we all really have to dial in, because we could die at a moment's notice. An hour and 22 seconds. I mean, for a seed like this, for most of us, that'd be a pretty good pace. For Mir4i,
yeah,
it kind of feels like an average pace to him, I'd imagine.
I don't know. Of the people on Restream and in the booth right now, can you tell me how many have sub-houred in the Swiss round so far, son?
I mean, there are 2 of us right here.
There you go. Right? They're in the booth. They're in the booth, baby. But free Thunderbird. Okay, dude. See, I'm of 2 minds, though, when I see an early Thunderbird like this, Sonny, and I wonder if you're the same, where it's like, I almost like seeing Thunderbird a little further into the palace, because then I can eliminate, you know, dead ends. I can eliminate various routes from the palace and know that I don't have to go there and all of a sudden rooms are just removed. Early Thunderbird like this, I go, okay, suddenly every single junction matters.
Oh yeah, like every junction from here on out is going to be huge, unless there was a lot off to the left there, but it doesn't seem like there was. Yeah. If this elevator goes straight to dark, why do I even open my mouth?
Sonny, I'm gonna need you to take this from here, because I
don't even know what I just did, but that was amazing. Oh man,
get your GGs, I guess.
Yeah, get your GGs out from
Here
Mir4i.
we are, you know, talking up Mir4i and his combat and his room recognition and 4-room GP, 5-room GP. Come on.
Oh, I am crying from that right now. I don't even know what I just did.
Right? I guess we'll interview him. Gob, do you want to step in here? Because I
Thanks, TAH. I was fired. I was fired all the way back in week 1.
All us? Cool. All right. Let's see. What questions do I have for the runners? Who do you think you are? What gives you the right? We'll get him in the booth here, though. just a minute, chat. And Home, yeah. Home does throw in the towel. So I suppose we should say official racetime.gg times. Mir4i finishes with a 1:02.18. And then Home forfeits shortly thereafter. Definitely don't blame him. Yeah, exactly. Diabetes gets it. How dare you?
And I imagine Mir4i is probably getting up to grab the headset before jumping in here.
Either that or preheating the oven or changing his laundry. It's one of the three, right?
Yeah, possibly. Any of the three.
Or all three. Who knows? Maybe the headset was in the oven all along.
Hey, gotta warm it up somehow.
Right. How else do you have a hot mic, right?
Oh my gosh, that's true. I like that.
Dryer is done.
Oh man.
Oh, I can drag him in. All right. Hey, Mir4i, GG.
Hello, GG. Is Mr. Recker? Mr. Recker's not here, is he? No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We'll see. He's toying around in the seed. No, you don't get to talk about GP.
I don't want. I do not. That does not exist. That GP does not exist.
It didn't.
It literally didn't.
I do want to ask though, because we were talking about it a little bit in the booth. In a seed like this, where you as a runner know, hey, the overworld had my innie key, the overworld had my glove. Like, what is your mindset going into the palaces, knowing that you have almost instant palace access?
Well, without fairy, I'm hoping for no fairy blocks. And I had the trophy out of 4, and I'm like, I don't know where this goes. And I left the east without seeing Rudo, and I'm like, where was Rudo? Where was Heart Container Cave? I didn't see either one of those things. And I was like, is that going to be fairy, or is it over here in the east? And when it came down to it, 50-50 on Old Kasuto and Rudo. Not that it came into play, but yeah, no, the mindset is just go. Just get into Palaces ASAP, and that's why you saw me jive 4 like right away when I had a Reflect that was castable with 70 magic when I had 80, and I was at like 313 or something, and I'm like, let's just go into 4. I mean, this I don't care too much about levels at this point. You just gotta get in there and win. And of course, it's glove blocked, but got the trophy out of there, which we still have. So yay me, and forget Rudo; they can't have their trophy back. So, but yeah, the mindset is just get in there, but. The concern then is that, I go east, and maybe I'm cutting into some of your other questions here. I go east, and I get the glove out of a cave. Like, I passed up 3 and 6, and I was just like, well, if I know the glove, I got that glove hint. I'm like, if I know the glove is east, I might as well just go over there, but what if it's water tile? What if I need more containers out of these palaces or something? What if I need a spell from Rudo that I don't, which is what it was, but I didn't know where it was. Or maybe it wasn't, maybe it was life, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's like, Glove East is cool and all, but I mean, you got basement, you got spell tower, you have water tile, you have a 3-eyed rock or a forest tile that's blocking things. I had Hammer East hint as well, but I mean, all this is up in the air, and then I'm like, where's the maze? Where's the maze? And I get the raft out of somewhere. I don't know where I got the raft. And raft went DM. I'm like, oh boy, I'm going to have to dig around here, and then went further south and saw that sussy cave, and I was like, let's hit Old Kasuto, there's fairy, let's hit desert, let's hit this palace, and then let's hit this cave, and there it was, maze. And I was like, okay, let's go. So I probably over answered your question, but yeah.
No, it's all good. I'm ashamed it took you as long as it did to get to the east is really what I need to say.
Dude, either life effectiveness sucked or I just sucked. I don't know what it was. Like, I felt I was so off today. I felt I should have been in GP sub-hour here, and then obviously super easy GP, but I didn't know that going in. Again, that does not exist to me. Yeah, I don't know, man. I was very tilted early on, just unable to really just get my swings in. I don't know if I was, some screens are a little laggy at times when you got a lot of enemies on there. I don't know if I'm just dropping inputs on that side or what is happening. I'm sorry I'm talking 100 million miles an hour because we just got done with the race. But man, because I'm irate about this I was yelling at the controller at the bottom of the elevator that led to Darklink because I jumped, but I didn't jump, and I just bodied the bubble, and then I got very upset on the camera. I'm sure everyone saw, or not everyone, but yeah, and just, I mean, things like that were just tilting me like crazy in this one. Not the Rebanak fight sucked. Guma was okay, but yeah, I don't know, man. Today was not my night. I don't know what was happening.
I mean, your Barba fight though. That Barba fight was okay.
Sexy Barba fight. You had a 9-hit. Okay.
I was one hit away from a 2-cycle.
Right now, Mir4i.
I was one hit away.
You were 1 hit away from a 2-cycle. Though, I mean, even still, any other person in this tournament would take a fight like yours in a heartbeat. Getting 9 hits on that first cycle, and then you had, what was it, 7 or 8 on the second cycle?
Mm-hmm.
That's a fight I'd take in a heartbeat, and you know that.
Yeah, I mean...
Although, I do want to ask, Mir4i, which palace did you hate more? 5 or GP?
Oh, man. Well,
the same number of rooms.
yeah, well, I think GP was probably one more room. Geez, 5 I was concerned about because it's like I was getting items out of the palaces on the west, and then obviously Trophy 4. Again, I have these items marked off. I don't know what they were. Raft, I think, was in one of those places. I don't know, 3 and 6, I got those items. And I went into 5, and again, I still don't... oh, wait. Oh, yeah, wait, maybe I didn't have the Raft at them. I don't know what happened. How did this... I just played the scene. I can't give you answers. I went into 5, and I was concerned about some reason that there might be an item in there that I'll need or something like that. I don't recall why I was concerned about what would have been in 5 at that point.
I think my only guess is because 5 was in Valley of Death, we hadn't seen the maze yet, and there was that hammer block on the west. So maybe you thought hammer would be my guess?
Yeah, well, no, boots, because I was thinking, like, there could be, like, I hadn't seen all of the east. I had seen, actually, very little of the east at that point, and there could have been, like, a lake blocking something, or something required, like, again, Fairy could have been in Rudo. Did Home see Rudo? Did anyone see Rudo today?
Yeah, Home saw Rudo.
Okay,
yeah,
so...
Home's... Oh, go ahead, Mir4i.
I was just going to say, so it wasn't boots locked.
No, it was not. Though, when you got to the other side of Saria, saw the bridge that led over to the east. I mean, I could see the gears turning in your head that there was another way to get over to it. But my question at that point was, how concerned were you about boots actually being required in order to do that?
Well, I mean, early on, I didn't think that there was going to be a thing. That would be probably the first time I'd ever seen anything like that. But usually mountainous biomes are very connected, and water, generally that big of a body of water isn't going to be the only way over to that section. Usually if you think of a mountain as like a number pad, and each of there's more than 9 spots that the mountainous can build out, but it's like each spot is essentially connected in some way. And I really felt that it wouldn't. I just saw it up there, and I'm like, okay, well, there's the bridge. I'll make my way around. But I mean, if I made my way around and couldn't get there, then boots would have to be on the west at that point, unless there was some other way off of there to go into a different direction or etc. It's so early to really be able to tell what was going to happen, so I just tried to make my way over there. But the thing about 5 is that, yeah, the boots, I was concerned about the boots being required to get somewhere on, again, either that Rudo was boots blocked or with the fairy spell, and fairy would be required in one of the remaining palaces in case I didn't see it, or hammer 4. Well, hammer was east. We had the hint for hammer east. Yeah, but that could have been water tile, right? If we needed the hammer for a forest tile, it could have been water tile, and then, you know, here I am needing the boots, and I have no idea where the boots are at. So that 5 was a little concerning because having to get into Death Valley, not a big deal. That one trolley MOA, and then having to get out of there, it's kind of a lot of work to get in and out. Not a big deal today, though, but it did take. I was probably just looking like an idiot swinging around like a dummy. But I mean, that's what you do to try to catch the one MOA, right? You're just trying to swat at something you can't see, and so that's all you can do. I couldn't cast fire at that point, but I wish I could have, because on the way out it was a lot easier.
Yeah, you had the one trolley mola, and then you decided to make 5 more by casting fire.
Yeah, that one palace, yeah.
It was, I think you did that in 2, if I'm not mistaken. But, I mean, even still, with that being your last palace and GP pretty much being right around the corner from 2, it didn't matter too terribly much.
No, once I had Fairy, I felt totally fine. And once I saw once I saw the other palace down there next to Old Kasuto, everything was fine. And then, if that cave wasn't the maze, it would have gone back to DM because it didn't have anything on the other side of it. I knew that. And it was going to be a connector of some sort. But if it was going back to DM, then DM. Well, I guess at that point, the maze cave would have been still up in the air. Because it still could have been on the remainder of the east that I kind of dipped out on early on, and or it could have been in DM, which I only saw sort of like the northern section of the western half of that caldera in DM. So I didn't want to dig any further. Again, no reason to be in there when Glove is east, and I just have no idea where the maze is at that time.
That's absolutely fair.
Sorry, I'm talking a lot here. Home, I don't think Home's coming in, is he?
No, Home declined the interview.
Okay, yeah. Well, where was he? He said his early game was rough. He said corn.
Yeah, he didn't level quite like you did, and so he wasn't in palaces quite as early. He was a few gems behind. So yeah, I definitely don't fault him for the DNF there. It's one of those things, especially like in this part of the tournament, you see your opponent finish and you just go, all right, well, whatever. Yeah, he was a bit behind. We'll say that.
Okay. I mean, the key being free like that just means you can pretty much ignore magic until you can't, I guess, until you need a castable, reflexible, or acquired fairy cast or something like that. And so, again, when Reflect was 70 and I had 80 magic, I'm like, well, I really don't need to level this at all right now. We'll just worry about Thunder's cost later. And we just kept getting container after container, and I had like 112 magic at Magic 1, and Thunder was 103. I'm like, I can still cast this. I actually don't need to level anything. Should I just meme my way through GP at this point with all these expensive spells? The answer is no, probably not. But yeah, so we leveled normally at the end there. But Glove Hint and a free key, I mean, it's really anyone's game at that point, especially when I still had, unknown parts of the map to uncover on the east. And again, where is Fairy in my playbook? It's like, what do I do? Home could have gone east, especially if I'm being berated in this chat about not going east early enough. Home could have gone east earlier than I could have.
Oh, he did.
He did. Okay, see, there you go.
Which is why I love him more than I love you.
The East Wrecker.
There you go.
I mean, we both might have been giving you a little bit of flack for not going east early, but at the same time, with how you had to go around the entirety of the mountainous west in order to get to the bridge to then head over to the east, can't really fault you for it either.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it was once I got that glove, I was just like, I stopped in that cave and I was like, do I just go back? And I explored one more cave, and I don't remember what that was in that cave. A container, maybe that was the raft. I don't know. I got something out of there, and yeah, I was like, dude, I think I'm just gonna go back to the west because I will try to find Rudo again, kind of on the way out, and see if I see anything, but and see what spell it is, because it still might be fairy. And if not, I'm just going to go, and hopefully just my execution pushes me far enough ahead of Home to where if I need to come back and find Rudo on the west, I have time to do that, assuming that there was a fairy block and assuming that it was fairy, which none of that came into play today. So yeah, GG to Home, who's not here, but...
Yeah. No, GG's to you both, and I guess my only other question is, how do you feel going into brackets, sir?
It's one of the well, my mentor Gob is also 4-1, and so yeah, I'm feeling really good that he and I are the same record. he's been playing a little better than I have, it seems, in this tournament, because I really feel like I said this during the Chroma race that I had in week 2 or 3 or something, and I said that I'm failing to find my footing early on, and once again I felt that was true here in this seed. I was getting upset at just taking excess damage, not getting hits off, not getting my double hits and sword sweeps and stuff off properly. It all just felt not bad. I don't want to say bad, but I mean, it felt less than kind of subpar for what I think I'm capable of. And again, that early game footing really has been messing me up. Maybe I'm just getting in my own head at this point. But yeah, going in the brackets, I don't know where I'm going to seed. I don't know. I guess single digits, perhaps, or maybe lower. I don't know. I had to pair down with home here, or pair down with home. But I had to pair up with Patrick in a previous week, so I don't know. I have no idea how all this works, but I mean, I'm feeling good, and I'm glad that brackets is finally about to start here, because Swiss is over, and it's time to get to our best of threes.
Well, Swiss is almost over. We still have tomorrow to go through on
Very
that,
true.
but I mean,
over for you.
we can
Yeah, over for
definitely
me.
get to that later. But it is over for you, and 4-1. It's still a pretty good record.
The last 4 tournaments I was in, 4 tournaments I've gone 4-1 out of Swiss. So I don't know. I seem destined for this number here, but in previous tournaments I had been in the 5-0 race and or the 4-0 race for the 5-0 spot, and always lost that in the 5th week. So felt good to not have that pressure on me this time around and just kind of cruise. I would have been happy with 3-2. Honestly, I would have been happy with 3-2, just cruising as a middle of the road seed, going into brackets. That's fine. It's all good. I'm happy.
I would call that consistency, though, with the 4-1 record.
This is true.
Yeah. I mean, and Mir4i, I just want to say, and I feel like I speak for everyone in the booth right now, thank you for not stepping on our toes so Sonny and I can be the only sub hours so far.
Yeah, not a problem, Ty. We talked in a DM earlier than this. I gave you my fee to make sure
you gave me your word. You gave me your word.
Yeah. I was told that the check was in the mail to make sure that you don't sub-hour this, and that there would be a fat check in the mail. So thanks a lot, Ty.
Yeah.
Ty various Ty Financial LLC.
I mean, the check's gonna bounce, but it's in the mail.
All right, fair enough.
But I don't know, Sonny, you got anything else, bud?
Nah, I think we pretty much hit everything. There's nothing else I can think of. So, Mir4i, coming out of Swiss, 4-1. Final thoughts on Swiss as well as the race.
It has been a long 5 weeks, it seems, but they're coming to a close here for Swiss, and we're moving into brackets, and that's exciting. New phase, seeds, new matchups, and start to get into the elimination area of this. So the stakes are a bit higher than they are here in Swiss. So again, I had better get my stuff together here in the early game if I want to get myself out of that first round and even the second round, and maybe even push further than that. So tough, kind of slow seed today to start, but picked up and I don't know. I'm glad to get the dub today and move on. So yeah, that's it for me. But thanks for the restream, folks. And I'm sure Ty had jokes. I'm sure Sonny had jokes the whole time. So I can't wait to watch this one back. Maybe later tonight, maybe tomorrow. So thanks for that.
I mean, to be fair, Mir4i, what would a broadcast with me in the booth be without some sort of jokes?
Precisely.
You know, Ty, I really don't have much to add on to final thoughts other than big thank you to jumping in the booth with me, or for jumping in the booth with me. This has been a blast. And
open up.
Oh God, it's the go.
There has been an alert that a runner took attack 6 in a Z2R race.
Attack 5 really wasn't like cutting it. I'm not even sure 6 was any better than 5. It had to have been a little bit better, but man, 5 was really not spectacular. So I mean, my mentor Gob sometimes even teeters on the edge of taking Attack 7. And so, striving to follow in his footsteps here, I grabbed Attack 6 and, I just trying to make you proud, buddy.
That's your one Attack 6 for the tournament. Sorry, bud.
I hear that's Attack 4 and 1. What?
All right, yeah, excellent work. Just want to remind everybody that crushed his opponent and said it wasn't his night, so be prepared to be dominated by Mr. Mir4i. It's going to be an exciting brackets. Our stream is over right now. I'm going to send you over. Actually, let me do that now. We're going to raid over to the main channel where they're doing some... Did I type it right? Okay, good. They're doing some Ocarina of Time randomizer, I think. Looks like Season 8 qualifier number 4. If you're interested in that, stick around. Other than that, yeah, it's been... the Swiss is coming to a close, guys. We're getting pretty close. If you want to join us, come to the Discord and check things out. There's all kind of resources. There's all kind of spreadsheets. Trust me, you do not want to miss those. Z2R.gg/Discord. Let me see what kind of races we've got for the rest of the week. I think we've only got 3 races left, gentlemen. 3 in all of Swiss. We've got tomorrow night, all 3 of them. We have TA versus Rywek. I believe that's a 1-3 matchup. We have Paratroopa. That's at 7:30. Sorry, at 8 p.m. Paratroopa versus the man in the booth, Mr. Sonny Wrath 11. That's a 2-2 matchup, I believe. And then to close out the Swiss rounds, Chadbert versus Dr. J at 10:30 Eastern. I believe that is also a 2-2 matchup. All right, the raid's about to tick over. That's all we've got, guys. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you later. Ciao.